Hey everybody, Joel here, Stay 48 Exotics. So what we're gonna do today is divergence from the rack show off. We've just been doing kind of 3 snakes at a time, but I only have 2 snakes in there. I just have Twinkie and the Queen. Twinkie is my reticulated python. I think I'm just gonna do a separate video just on her, just because she's really pretty. And the Queen is in shed. So I don't know. And she's, aesthetically, like just visually, she just looks like a normal, so it's not really that groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking what she is. She is the Queen. Most of you would probably know because she's my double het sunset pied. Love that she's in shed. She's growing. But yeah, she's just cresting over that, almost 1,600 gram mark. She's like 1,548 or something like that. So she's getting there. Judging by that, I think there's a really good chance that she would go this year. That would be insane. The only kind of thing, might not be that great, is I'm a little on the fence with the male. I'm just not 100% confident he's going to go ahead and actually get the job done this year. It would be his first year breeding. I'm always scared of first-time males, just kind of the way it is. He's right around 700 grams, so he's up to size as well. You just never know. So anyways, what we're gonna do today is I'm just gonna kind of show off basically the dream team of what will hopefully be 2020, which is essentially just all my holdbacks this year from what we produced this year, just like a little update video on basically the dream team. So go ahead and check that out and we'll get started. But I just want to give a shout to ESP, of course, El Segundo Pythons. That's who I got 2 of my retakes from. The last one that I showed, the Marble Het Purple, I got him from Jeff, and then the Lavender Sunfire Marble Female Twinkie that I'll probably be showing off here in the near future. Additionally, got my hat. Is it on there? Yeah. So Royal Canvas Exotics, Harrison, great guy. Go give that channel a check. Yeah. Also, new lens today, so that's really cool. I got the Canon 10 to 18. Seems pretty awesome so far. I mean, the angle is insane. There's so much. Yeah, there we go. But there's just so much I can do now with being in the frame. It's unreal. I used to have to hold my hand all the way out to try to get there. Now I can kind of just be like up in the camera's face. The mic should work better. Everything should be better. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I sure can, and I'm so excited. So I'm excited to film today. I'm excited to do all this, blah, blah, blah. But without further ado, let's just jump into some snakes. All right, everybody. So here we go. Here is snakes in a tub. Yeah, so here is basically, this is, with the exception of 2 snakes, they also just ate yesterday, so I haven't really pulled them out. Those are the pastel inchy hypos. 2 females. I have 2 females. Those are also similar age, but they'll be probably like the 2020, 2021 breeding team. But here is hatchlings this year that I'm holding back. So this is everything that I'm holding back this year. A couple of snakes maybe I end up holding back if they don't end up selling. Wouldn't be a huge loss on my part to hold back some of the snakes that I have up on Morph Market. But these snakes here, these are the for sures. So I'll start with the runner first. This snake right here is absolutely stunning. This is probably one of my prettiest snakes that I produced this year. Not necessarily the most genetically powerful, but I would say certainly probably the prettiest. Just insane. That ringer is incredible. And he's amazing. So this is a fire Yellowbellied clown, who's pos het pied. And I would say with that ringer, he's het pied. I'm not selling him, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm under the impression this is 100% het pied. The only problem with this animal here is he's been a slow starter, if you can't tell. He wouldn't eat. I finally had to assist feed him last week, so hopefully we can get that kind of straightened out and get him moving in the right direction, because he's certainly the smallest. But I guess worst case scenario, at least it's just the male. He doesn't have to get that big in order to do his job, I guess. But yeah, nonetheless, he's him and I are gonna have a special bond because I'm gonna have to put a little extra work into him, which is fine. Sometimes that happens with some of these babies. They just they're slow starters, and you gotta treat them all with respect and keep them all as healthy as you're capable of doing. So we'll get him going for sure. He's absolutely just insane, though. I mean, this snake is just bonkers to me. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next one. So this is actually, he's got a little stuck shed on him, crap. But this is my leopard clown. I think there's a really good chance this is Yellowbelly. Additionally to that, he is possible het pied as well. Every snake in here is going to be a pos het pied or a pos het clown. That's just kind of the way I did things this year. Love the double recessives. I think that's the way of the future is, getting these snakes into their double recessives and stuff like that. I think that's where it's at right now, and those are basically the sum of all of my project goals is just double recessive pretty much everything. But he's pretty awesome. He has this cute little bow tie on his head. I love that. But I don't know. I actually have him listed on Morph Market right now because, you know what? I'll pull out his brother. I have his brother as well, who is also a leopard. I like this patterning a little better, but at the same time, this guy here, this is a pretty great looking leopard clown as well. So I'm kind of at the point where, whichever one goes first, I'll keep the other one. And if they both don't go, I'll gladly keep both of these. These snakes are amazing, and honestly, having two males is never bad. Two males with the same sort of genes going on, that really that helps out tremendously, because oftentimes you'll have some of these males that just don't want to lock up that year, whereas the other male does, or compatibility issues between the male and the female. Not every male is going to want to lock up with every female, or the right female at the right time. So it's definitely not bad to have a couple males running around. But both these snakes are amazing. If I had to pick between the two, I would probably go with this one just because it's a little more reduced and I like that bow tie. But at the same time, I love the spotting on the side of this animal here, and that full stripe is really pretty, and that head stamp is, I feel like, fairly unique. So I don't know, we'll see. All right, the last male of the year. We were fortunate enough this year to produce what I believe is two world's firsts. He's got a little speck coming in right here. I don't know if that's hard to tell, but otherwise he's very, very pure white and clean. So I'll get him unwound for us. So this is the, don't underestimate the power of pinstripe right here. Pinstripe in the right combo is incredible, and I feel like not a lot of people are giving pinstripe credit for how amazing the combos can be. It's this snake, in my opinion, is probably second in line for the prettiest snake this year. He's just gotten brighter and brighter. He was super orange when he first hatched out, and then I feel like he kind of went through a little odd phase, and then now I feel like he's turning orange, really, really orange. He got a little tail stripe there, so pretty cool. Pinstripe does amazing things with pieds because it gives lower white pies so you can see a lot of the pattern, but when you put it in the right combo, for instance like this is a leopard yellow-bellied pinstripe pied. The leopard reduces pattern a lot in piebalds, and then the yellow-belly obviously brings out a lot of oranges next to what pied already does with the oranges. So you have the contrasting of what pinstripe does with like the greens and lighter colors that pinstripe already brings, and then you put this animal together with those other two genes, and you have a very bright orange animal. And he's so pretty. He's been a great eater, a great feeder. He's also a possible het clown. So he's potentially worth a lot genetically. So I absolutely can't wait to get him in the lineup and get him going. I think this is a really, really pretty snake, and this would also be, one of the, I think we produced two world's first this year, and this is one of them. So, so happy with this year's production. It was absolutely mind blowing. I don't know how I got so fortunate, but you know, I think my stars every night, that's for sure. So yeah, he's a really pretty animal. Can't wait to lace this over with some OD, you know, like I couldn't imagine Orange Dream thrown on top of this. It would be mind-blowing. So, but anyways, we'll move right along. All right, now we're on to our females. So I'll get this girl out of the way because she ate last night. She's a feisty one. So this, I don't really know what this is. I know this is a fire pied. I think there's a really good chance there's leopard in there. I don't really know how to tell. A lot of times with leopard and pied is so hard to distinguish. If there's not a specific trait or something like that you're really looking for, I feel like it's a really, really tough gene to figure out. She's just really, really low white, so that's what kind of makes me think leopard's involved. Some of the flecking and the dots on it are also pretty unique. The head pattern is, I just really like it. This is the highest white pied I've ever produced, and I'm super, super happy with her. She's incredible. She's frozen thawed like a son of a gun. She's also, like I said, possible het clown, so that's not a bad characteristic too. You know, maybe that's what's helping out with her colors too. Maybe she's just a fire, but she's also het clown, so that's kind of cleaning her up a little bit. But yeah, stunner for sure. Couldn't be happier with this year and this girl in general. I mean, she's already putting on a ton of weight. She's a heavy feeder, happy snake, cruises around. I mean, for me, I always like a little bit of an aggressive ball python because, you know, they sometimes have not a struggle, but they have a tendency not to eat as often as we would like, or as often probably as they would like. So it's always nice having a little bit of an aggressive little hatchling because usually they eat pretty well. And this girl is certainly fits the mold on that one. But yeah, we'll get her put up and pull out the next one. All right, so here we have a yellow belly clown female. Yeah, like I said, I guess these are the last 3 females. So I'm keeping 3 males, 3 females. You know, potentially 2 extra males. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, this snake is bonkers to me. Yeah, so look at that almost full ringer going around there. Pretty dang cool that is. And then the side patterning is just amazing. The belly is super clean. I don't know, this snake's gorgeous. I ended up getting rid of the male counterpart to this. I think the male was a little prettier, but you know, I was already keeping too many males, so I couldn't keep them all. But he was gorgeous, and it's crazy to think that he might have been a little prettier than this, because this is a really amazing looking snake. And Yellowbelly does some pretty insane stuff in the right combo, obviously, as with anything, but with clown especially, it might be a subtle gene on its face. Like something like this is just a Yellowbelly clown, and just that though, I mean, it made a huge difference. Even with the, you know, it's not like groundbreaking like what leopard and spot nose do in clown, but the subtle enhancement of all of the colors is just staggering, and the blushing, it makes her a really pretty animal. And I dare say that it is a huge, critically important gene to have in any clown project. I think a lot of the stuff that Justin's came out with fairly recently with the magma and stuff like that, I am, after seeing some Yellowbelly clowns produced here this year, there is no way that Yellowbelly isn't involved in some of those combinations. So it's a heck of a snake, and I absolutely love her. She's a great eater as well. She's obviously, you know, she's putting on her size. All these snakes have had 2 sheds besides the very first male, so they're all off to a great start this year, and it's an exciting time to just kind of look and take your time and check these animals out, because really, you know, we get pretty caught up in everything going on, and it's always nice. That's what, you know, I don't know, full circle, I guess that's what I really like doing about these videos, these videos give me a chance to actually appreciate the animals a little more and kind of show them off to myself, to be honest. So it's pretty amazing. But yeah, we'll move on. All right, everybody, so here she is. This is the crown jewel. This was my most anticipated snake, most anticipated clutch, most anticipated everything from this year. This is the Fire Clown Pied. She, I believe, is a world's first. I've never seen one before. She's absolutely stunning, and each almost each day, the snake keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter, which makes sense for the fire side of things. It's odd that she's this high white, but I think that has a lot to do with the clown in her. And yeah, the head stamp is so unique to me. I really like how it almost has like the T kind of coming off of it. I don't know, just a really, really, really pretty animal, and really the accumulation of essentially the planning and the sticking with your projects and everything that goes along with that. And this was a double het to double het. You can't rule out the power of hets. And I'll say that, and I'll say it again. I mean, it's insane what you can do with a het, and the pricing and values of hets comparatively to the visuals. I feel like there's a huge divergence in the pricing for what you can produce, with hets. Granted, this was a 1 in 16, and to hit a Kodam also on top of that was even more stark, but that's why I'm so grateful that we even hit. But it's she's by far my favorite snake of the season. I will say this snake right here will never leave this house. This snake couldn't have came at a better time in my life. I needed this win. A lot of stuff's been going on, and I'll tell you what, I needed this win. I really needed it. And she was the win. This is little Lee. She gave me a little bit of a headache there in the beginning. She was the last one out of the egg. Honestly, she wasn't moving a lot. I knew it was a clown pied. I didn't know what it was, but it was touch and go there for a minute, whereas I wasn't even sure if she was 100% healthy. I didn't know if something went wrong in incubation or development, and she wasn't going to do that well. She came out of her egg 3 days later than everyone came out of the egg, and that was just sticking her head out of the egg. That wasn't even fully coming out. I mean, it took her. I can't remember. I think it was like 4 days, just about 4 days, to completely come out of the egg. So it was odd. It was certainly odd, but I couldn't be happier to have her. Obviously, oops, sorry, little girl. She's amazing. And as it turns out, she's this. Next to the fire-pied girl that I just showed you, she's the strongest eater. She eats every single time. So coming from the smallest egg and something that I didn't think was even going to make it to being the strongest eater, and in my opinion, this is a home run for me. This is a home run. But anyways, everybody, so excited you all have taken the time to sit through and watch all of my meandering and going on and on about snakes. I certainly love this hobby. It's if there's one thing I'm passionate about, it's reptiles and these snakes. I absolutely love ball pythons and everything that they bring to the table. And I absolutely love the community. This has been a wild ride, and I really appreciate everybody that's been involved and everybody that's stuck through it and been here with me. It's pretty incredible experience so far. And yeah, so I hope to see everybody soon at the next reptile show that I attend. I think that might be Pomona. Actually, I'm going to do the one here in Arizona November. I think it's like 16th or 17th and 18th. I don't know, somewhere in there. It's right around there, about middle to end of November. But yeah, so if anybody here is in the area that watches these videos is in Arizona, I'd love to get a shot of you guys and gals. I'll say guys and gals. But yeah, I'd love to get some video with you at the show. Just let me know if you're going to be there. Comment down below, or whatever you want to do. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what's going on. Because we'll get. I don't really think anybody's ever really filmed a whole lot of Arizona shows, so I'd like to do that and show off what Arizona has to offer, I guess. But at any rate, everyone, I hope everybody's having a great night, morning, evening, whenever it may be, and hopefully this video wasn't too long for you. Had a lot to say, I guess. But yeah, at any rate, take it easy, everyone. And until next time, see ya.